what else is there? But let's take a look at Saturn. So we have Saturn here square to Mars on Mars. So definitely a lot of, I keep saying a lot, definitely kind of restrictions to where I would have to transform and figure out where my own personal, like my will and desires kind of play a role, because we have the 5th house, 8th house thing going on here, right? So Saturn in this case is in 8th house. So the way I see it is my relationship on the Martian level with Saturn, the Norway Saturn, which particularly, yes, the elderly. So I didn't necessarily elderly, but yeah, traditions. So anything that's old, anything that's kind of representing, anything that Saturn represents, any sort of limitations, any sort of traditions, the ancient stuff, those kind of things, and probably transform through that. Of course, I won't really experience it unless I really go there and also have constant, because I noticed that I have limitations. Let's go with Mercury. What is my experience with Mercury? So here we have, of course, I'm ignoring the opposition. So we have here my Mercury, which is also in perfect conjunction with Lilith. We're talking, this is like Lilith, asteroid Lilith, not like an actual planetary body Lilith. So let's see here. Actually, I'm going to erase that. I'm going to bring this one here, and I'm going to move that all the way to here. Do we see that? So there's two things here and here. So those are two things. Jupiter and Mercury. So my Mercury is definitely 27 degrees Taurus. Jupiter was 21 degrees Taurus. 21, 27. So both planets that I have here, Mercury, Uranus, this conjunction right here, is going to be, both of them are actually in opposition to Mercury and Jupiter. So a balance of knowing when to express joviality, that sort of ventureness, sort of like that luck sort of thing. Again, that's where we, it's just that expansiveness, and being able to balance that with how people, I guess in the general public in Norway, if I were to go there, with the, what does Jupiter represent in mundane astrology? I totally forgot. Something to do with wealth. So I definitely would have to learn how to balance that with the expression of my 4th house in communication and my innovativeness. I get crazy ideas, but this is why I do these kind of things, right? And I talk fast, and there's a certain nervousness, but also balancing that with the sort of like business-like approach in terms of Norway itself as a culture, but also with the reputation I would have. The reputation I have is 10th house is reputation, 10th house is also ego, 10th house is like where you kind of find yourself in the world. It's a little different from ascendant, right? Like I said in a previous video about Lucy Lawless, I mentioned that. So yeah, learning to balance those things. And then we also have here, oh, okay, so it is still the same thing. So Mercury square Moon. So the transformational experience I usually experience with the ups and downs of emotions, the moods that I have. It's very like analytical, it's very Aquarius, right? But with the practicality of how people communicate as a culture in Norway, it's very practical. They're kind of, I've been told this, that, I'm going to plug this well. I've been told that Norwegians tend to be, there's a lot of farmers in Norway because they have that sort of, it makes sense the way the communication works as a general thing. Communication in Norway is, yeah, you can this explains why their roads are all of us, it's always basically practical, but at they're more in touch with nature. That's for sure. That's so Taurus. Mercury in Taurus that's Norway. That's their thing. But being able to express my individuality, my uniqueness, and all that stuff with the moon, which is all about, because it's an Aquarius, it's like, oh, new thing. I'll have to learn how to see that. Maybe, because Aquarius doesn't just look towards the future, it also looks to the past and learns from it. So in this case, I would have to work with that challenge. And it's a very good thing because I've learned a lot from squares, and it makes you stronger. It makes you more definitely aware, makes you more conscious, makes you more it grows. You grow from squares. It's a good thing. It makes you really strong. So embrace that. Just one tiny little suggestion there. So that's what I think will be interesting if I were to go to Norway or even move there. What else did I see here? Oh, the trine, the comfortable aspect. So Mercury trine. Mercury trine my 28 degrees. Jupiter. It's kind of funny. There's a square. So even though I have expressions, challenges with expressing myself emotionally, reputation-wise, I also will get natural guidance from that energy to trust that things take time to be optimistic, to be ambitious, to be kind of those things, which is because I have Jupiter in Virgo, right? Which is funny because I have Vesta. Vesta you see that? I have Vesta. If I were to go to Norway, I have Vesta conjunct my Jupiter. That means also conjunct Saturn. Is that also Saturn? Let's take a look at Vesta. Vesta was 29 degrees. Yeah, so 29 degrees Vesta in Virgo. Also going to be conjunct my birth chart Saturn. So that means that I'll definitely learn from all these things. But at the same time, look at this square to. Oh. But because Norway's Uranus was in retrograde. You can see that right here. Can you see that? There's a little dot there. You can probably, it's R, so it's retrograde. So probably experiences with maybe adjusting to health there, being able to adjust to my own healthy lifestyle, or having to adjust to things that keep me healthy, and probably because probably they would have conservative approaches to, because it is retrograde, Uranus in retrograde, it makes it more conservative. It makes it more, I would say, I could be wrong. Yeah, so probably adjusting to that slowly, because it's not just Jupiter, I have Jupiter, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn conjunction there in my chart. So there's more to this than this. What else is there? Oh, I didn't see this one. Neptune square Saturn. Neptune square Saturn. So 12th house joins my 3rd house. So clandestine affairs, as I learned that. So things that I probably be tempted to get into. I'd have to be more conscious. So this all comes down to being aware, of course, as you all know. Everything's elevating now. People are more awakened. And astrology is just a tool for us that reveals what's already there. Meaning that because we chose this, our soul contract, we came into this life, we already, right? So anyways, that's it. That's all I can say for now. This was fun. I thought this was an interesting take on astrology, specifically Synastry. So in any case, I hope that provides some insights. Anything, if you have any questions, likes, comments down below. If you have any questions, what do you guys think? Do you think that Synastry should be done in also this way, like collective and individual relationship? In any case, like and subscribe. Comments down below. If you have any questions, if you have anything to share, go ahead.